So, Jeff, the last time you were on was April, and we talked about how Starz was benefiting from an increase in viewership and engagement during the pandemic. Since then, that has continued to play out. You've seen an increase in subscribers, over 9 million subscribers here in the U.S. to your over-the-top direct-to-consumer app for Starz. My question for you is this better-than-expected growth this year, do you think that will continue, or do you think that was really a pull forward from what you might have had in 2021 should we not have had the pandemic?
We absolutely think it will continue. We saw significant growth leading into the pandemic. This was the plan all along. 4 years ago, we looked at consumer behavior shifting, and we made the decision to pivot Starz on the OTT business. This past quarter was an inflection point for our business. It was the first time in the history of Starz that we had more global OTT subscribers than we had global linear subscribers, and we think revenue will follow within the year.
So really an amazing shift to digital there. But a question for you again about how the landscape has changed since you were last on our air in April. Since then, we had HBO Max launch, the ad-supported Peacock launch, as well as, of course, the likes of Discovery Plus, which just launched earlier this month. Starz is $8 a month. Discovery Plus is $5 a month. Where do you fit in this increasingly crowded landscape?
Well, I think the next 24 months are going to be really exciting for our business. And if you take a step back and think about how the ecosystem is unfolding, we see 3 tiers of service for the consumer. The first tier being these broad-based, we like to call them basic streamers, ad-supported services, Discovery Plus, HBO Max, Hulu, Amazon, Netflix. And they're really trying to be all things to everybody in the home. And that's really I think where the battle is going to start in the next 18 months, will be to be that first SVOD in the home. The second tier of services where Starz and Starz Play International fits, and it's a non-ad supported adult drama-based service that is really what we like to call content that people are willing to pay for. And it makes us a very complementary service for all of those broad-based streaming services that are going to compete for that first SVOD in the home. And then the third tier is the genre-based service that you see, the IFCs, the Shutters, the Sundances, also complementary services to that first tier in the home. And so we believe that we are set up to be just like we are in the traditional business today, sold on top of all of those tier 1 services. And it makes us a very important component to the future of the ecosystem.
Jeff, when you talk about the future of the ecosystem, people subscribing to probably services in each of those tiers, I'm wondering what you think about cord cutting. Just today, Guggenheim issued a report forecasting that 27% of U.S. households plan to cut the cord in 2021. Certainly, you have the option of this direct-to-consumer service, but how much will the loss of regular pay TV bundle subscribers hurt you in the meantime during this transition?
That's a great question, Julia. And unlike fully distributed ad-supported services, the premium service has never been 100% penetrated on the traditional business. And so we think there's a lot of opportunity still for us to grow with our traditional MVPD partners. If you look at our last quarter, we grew 16% on Comcast. We've been working very closely with them to continue to grow that business. And so we think there's a lot of opportunity in the traditional business for a premium add-on tier that we are in Starz. And so while cord cutting is an issue, it continues to be an issue for the business. We believe there's still great opportunity for us on the traditional side. And if you look at our past 2 quarters, we've been able to hold that business flat over the last 2 quarters.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.